I'm Joel Fairbrother from Bow River Law in Calgary, Alberta. I'm an employment lawyer and partner there, and we are an employment law office. Today I'm going to be answering the question, someone has made a complaint to my professional college about me. What should I do? Okay, so like so many questions that I answer, I would say the first thing you need to do is to get in touch with an employment lawyer that can help you with this. It is quite complicated. There is a lot to it. And the longer you wait before getting legal advice, the more damage you could potentially have done to your position. So before answering the long part of this question, though, of what you should do in general, I want to sort of define a few things. So when we talk about a professional college, we're talking about professions that are, regulated professions. So I have a list. I mean, there are many regulated professions, but they include accountants, which is the College of Professional Accountants of Alberta, acupuncturists, College of Association of Acupuncturists of Alberta, audiologists, Alberta College of Speech Language Pathologists and Audiologists. It goes on and on. There's a whole bunch more. Moving down to dentists, Alberta Dental Association and College, licensed practical nurses, the College of Licensed Practical Nurses of Alberta, and even occupational therapists, opticians, midwives, medical laboratory technologists, and the list goes on. Optometrists, paramedics, pharmacists, physiotherapists, psychiatric nurses, psychologists, lawyers, of course. These are all regulated professions, and all regular professions, they always have a professional body, and the professional body will discipline the members, the regulated members, if they've done something or have been accused of doing something that is unprofessional conduct. Unprofessional conduct, it ranges, it's a pretty broad range what could constitute unprofessional conduct, but to give you very easy examples would be a lawyer stealing money from their client, or a doctor having a sexual relationship with a patient, an accountant making fraudulent books, or there's so many examples, but this just gives you a sense. Sometimes quite a few of the cases are going to be around nurses and proper disposal of drugs and proper treatment and charting, and those are very common. The penalties against professionals can range pretty broadly. They can range anywhere from a warning. I mean, well, it could be just no unprofessional conduct found, but if there are penalties, they could range from a fine, education, like mandatory courses that they have to take. There could be a suspension of license. There could be a full revoking of their license. So for lawyers, that'd be disbarment. For other professions, that's having their license revoked. And then finally also like practice conditions, so where you're allowed to continue working but under certain conditions or certain supervisions from other members of the profession. When a complaint is made against a professional, the professional has to, they'll have a timeline where they have to make a response to the college, because there will be some allegations made, and the college wants to know, what is your response to this? And it you have a relatively short timeline, but it is important to talk to a lawyer before responding if you can, because that response, the contents of what should be in there, a lawyer can help you with that. I mean, you have to tell the truth if you're giving evidence at all, but you have to tell the truth, of course, but there are ways to handle this. There are things that you need to disclose, things that you may not need to disclose, arguments that will work, arguments that may not work. And without speaking to a legal professional, you probably have some trouble with that. The other thing that you need to consider is that when a complaint is made against you, I mean, you're obligated to participate with your professional college, but some complaints may have criminal implications. If it has a criminal implication, you're also going to need to speak to a criminal lawyer, because the evidence that you're giving in a professional regulatory hearing could potentially be used in other hearings. So the short answer is you need to speak to a lawyer right away. The long answer is there are many things that need to be taken into account. You do have to cooperate with them to some degree, but it does also require that you take into account your potential criminal implications in depending on the case. So you'll want to speak to an employment lawyer and probably also a criminal lawyer, depending on what's been alleged against you. So again, I'm Joel Fairbrother from Bow River Law in Calgary, Alberta, and I hope this has been helpful.